Hello party people, it's Noel McInnes here, and on this very brisk Thursday, the 14th of July, I'm going to talk to you about the art of procrastination and how to separate what you do from who you are. So let me first pre-frame that procrastination is almost always, like 95%, due to fear. And to narrow that down, what's happening in our mind is we're seeing the task we need to complete, but we're seeing ourselves failing or something negative happening. And as a result, our mind doesn't know the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined experience. When we see this thing and imagine it very quickly in our mind, we actually feel the failure and rejection in our belly, the fear, as though it's actually happened. So when we're feeling that feeling, we're like, why? Even though I know what I need to do, why am I not doing it? So evaluate and slow down that normally there's fear stopping you doing it, and it's okay. Now I'm going to give you an example here. For the last few weeks, I've been working with a very intelligent guy who did really well in school and then university and got into a really amazing job for his age, and then has done very well leading a team of older people. And yet working through with this guy, there's a particular uni exam that he's been procrastinating, assignment rather, he's been procrastinating on doing. Is months overdue, but because he's got such a good record, they've let him go with it. But he knew he was procrastinating. And as he worked through it, despite the fact from the outside looking in that this guy is very intelligent and can handle anything academic very well based on his results, he had a belief that I'm not good enough and I'm not smart enough. Now that belief, as a result, what happens when he saw himself doing this particular assignment, in his mind he's seeing himself failing or getting marked by the assessor poorly and feeling that negative feeling of I'm not good enough and I'm not smart enough before he's even started. As a result, there's no wonder you don't start, because why would you want to start on something that's going to make you feel bad in the long run? So this is why we procrastinate. Now, in myself, the reason I'm doing this video is yesterday I had the feeling of, now I'm running a men's retreat next month. And always when I come to a retreat, there's always the worry sometimes of, am I going to get enough people come along? And as I analysed that, meditated on it yesterday, I began to realise that, it's not that I'm worried that if not enough people come along, I'm going to lose financially, that I'll have to pay out. That's not the worry. The worry is actually, as I go deeper, is that if I don't get enough people along, I'll feel like a failure. And people from the outside will see me as a failure because I couldn't get the people along to a retreat. I didn't advertise well enough or whatever. Almost all fear we've got is fear of rejection from outside. And so I'm doing a speech on this particular thing tonight. I've got a late call up to a speech at Lentils Anything in Melbourne. So if you'd like to come along, 6 o'clock, there's a dinner and a few presentations afterwards. Lentils Anything in Brunswick, I'll put a link below. But the fact that we're procrastinating is almost always, at a deeper level, the fear of rejection. We're scared that if we achieve this, if we fail at this, the feeling is I'm a failure. And that's what I want to talk about, separating what we do from who we are. Because sometimes we think that if we fail at one thing, all of a sudden, we say I'm a failure. And that feels bad. It's a really heavy thing. I am a failure because of this one thing. And that's why very successful people have a very good separation of what they do from who they are. They know who they are as a person, and when they make one failure, they say, I made one failure, but I'm still awesome. I'm still a success. I still work hard. I'll learn from a failure. When we in a different realm, most of us, if we think I am a failure from one mistake, we don't even learn from that mistake. We just think, well, I'm a failure. Everything I do is going to be the same result, so I'm not going to bother attempting anything more. And most of us have one rejection, and then we fall back in a hole and go back into our comfort zone. And that's the difference. In my opinion, the separation from what we do from who we are is a separation between people who continue to try and keep pushing because they realize it's not them, it's just one failed attempt. And that's why you always hear successful quotes and stuff saying that, you've got to fail your way to success. And most people, they feel that first rejection and they feel it in themselves. I am a failure. And as a result, they just go back into their comfort zone and don't step forward. So in today's presentation, tonight at 7 o'clock I'll be presenting, 6 o'clock is dinner. I'm going to be taking people through how to separate in your mind what you're doing from who you are, and how that's going to change your stress levels and how it changes your approach to action. Because in the last few weeks I've been trying to find what I do specifically as a coach, and I think mainly my main specialization is that I get people into action. From when they know what they need to do but they're not doing it, into taking action. I separate the emotion between that so they start taking action towards what they want. So if you're interested, come along to Lentils Anything tonight. I'll put a link below to the page. As well, I'm running a mountain biking half day on Sunday. So we've got 2 spots left. We've got 8 people in, there's 10 spots. We've got 2 spots left for people who want to come along on Sunday. We're going to travel food and the hire bikes. You don't need a bike, we're going to hire the bikes. All's included for $100. We're going to drive down there from Melbourne on Sunday morning. Also got a men's retreat coming up on August 19th next month. So for men that are either looking for a confidence boost, looking to find themselves if you've gone a bit off course and you're feeling a bit lost in this world of the city, or if you're looking for your courage, if you want to find a bit of courage and you feel like you need to step up a bit as a man, there's going to be a few challenges and getting outside your comfort zone. I noticed there's a few pictures of lawn and snow falling on lawn these last couple of days, and that is exactly where we'll be throwing you into the ocean on the Saturday morning. And it's, at first I thought that might turn people away, but that is actually the reason why men want to come along on this retreat, because we're going to be doing things that you wouldn't normally do that are going to challenge you physically, mentally, spiritually. So if you want to be challenged and you want to step up and start working towards your goals, then look into the retreat. I'll put a link for that below as well. And for this Thursday, have fun, my friends. And if you're keen, come along to this free event at NIALL'S Anything tonight. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.